see if we can get this. You can you see? Let me see. Can you see his mustache, ladies and gentlemen? That's right. That's the Sewer King right there. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the Sewer King right there. You see his mustache, okay? And if you look, he's got fresh shaving right here. It looks like he just shaved off a beard, ladies and gentlemen. He's got one yellow glove, one pink glove. Look at his shoes. It's got green rubber on the bottom, little pink stripes on them, green shoelaces, ladies and gentlemen. That's the Sewer King. The Sewer King, it's strange, the Sewer King likes to talk about Marvel characters, you know, like comic book characters, cartoons, and loves, you know, the combat sports thing. Says he's the straightest man there is on the planet. Loves to hate Nina Drama, ladies and gentlemen. Nina Drama works for the UFC, and the Sewer King is said to be Jose Youngs from MMA fighting. Right here, ladies and gentlemen. The Sewer King is said to be Jose Youngs from MMA fighting on SBN, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. The Sewer King hates Nina Drama. The next fight we have coming up is the MMA Guru. The MMA Guru commented on an MMA media reporter. Her name is Amy Kaplan. Amy Kaplan's boss, you listening to me? Amy Kaplan's boss is Jose Youngs. Jose Youngs is said to be the Sewer King. Because who else has all this knowledge of these fighters? Who else cares about Jake Paul? Down goes Dana White, ladies and gentlemen. The Sewer King's not at the UFC event tonight. UFC Kansas City, as far as I know. I've seen Oscar there. I don't see Amy Kaplan. Jose is the boss of Amy Kaplan. Jose Youngs is said to be the Sewer King. The Sewer King went on MMA fighting, musical MMA's video that's degrading to Nina Drama, put on and helped out by the MMA Guru. The MMA Guru, all of a sudden, when that video came out, said that he has an in the apex. Now, if I didn't explain all that correctly, I'm going to explain it again, ladies and gentlemen. Amy Kaplan, an MMA media lady, Amy Kaplan, MMA media that goes into the apex and does media, you know, the UFC apex. Why can't I spit this out? It's probably because it's like 2 o'clock in the morning, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, the Sewer King right here. You see him? The Sewer King right here is said to be Jose Youngs of MMA fighting on SBN. He went on musical MMA's musical video that was a dig on Nina Drama, UFC employee of Dana White's, played guitar on this video called Maneater, and then at the same time, right around then, the MMA Guru said he had it in. And the musical MMA guy is a friend of the MMA Guru. Why can't I do this right? Ladies and gentlemen, this has got to be the worst video we've ever done. Ladies and gentlemen, coming for a walkout, ladies and gentlemen, Nina Drama, don't down, down, why doesn't Nina Drama stand up, ladies and gentlemen? Ladies and gentlemen, right here, Nina Drama takes on the Sewer King tonight. The Sewer King is said to be Jose Youngs, ladies and gentlemen. Jose Youngs being the boss of Amy Kaplan. The Sewer King went on Musical MMA's video and did a guitar solo, and it was a dig on Nina Drama. It was called Maneater. The Musical MMA's friend is the MMA Guru. The MMA Guru made a statement, not a very nice statement, about Amy Kaplan when at a press conference of the UFC when she was asking a question. It wasn't a very nice statement from the MMA Guru. And Nina Drama right here stuck up for Amy Kaplan. Amy Kaplan didn't return the favor and say that her boss, Jose Youngs, the Sewer King, did a musical video about her for sticking up for herself. Now, if you didn't follow that, it's your own fault. Whatever. I'm not explaining it anymore. We got a bunch more to get going to. This is the worst video I've ever done. Ladies and gentlemen. In the ring, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, right here, we have the Sewer King and Nina Drama, ladies and gentlemen, getting ready to square off in a bare-knuckle celebrity boxing match. Fecking celebrity boxing, ladies and gentlemen, brought to you by Fecked Up TV. I'm Simon Feck, 1 Foot Cock. I'm also known as AKA. There you go. I'm known as AKA. Ladies and gentlemen, Simon Feck, 1 Foot Cock, also known as the Crow and the Pro from Croatia, ladies and gentlemen. Right here, the Sewer King sizing up Nina Drama. Nina Drama being a way bigger YouTuber than he thought. The Sewer King sizing up Nina Drama. Nina Drama's a lot bigger in person, isn't she? Because she's a lot bigger YouTuber than you. The Sewer King, who also happens to be Jose Young from MMA Fighting on SBN. You hear me, Dana White? Dana White, the Sewer King that's making fun all the time of your employee, Nina Drama, is actually Jose Youngs that sits in the apex. You hear me? Dana White, you hear me? Right here. The Sewer King right here that makes fun of Nina Drama, your employee, and makes fun of your company all the time and your fighters. And you, right here, the Sewer King, is actually Jose Youngs from MMA Fighting on SBN that sits in the #1 question asker at your press conferences. Right here, the Sewer King. But he ain't nothing. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. The boxing match. The boxing match before that, ladies and gentlemen. The boxing match before that, ladies and gentlemen, was the MMA Guru versus Mick Parkin. That's right. The MMA Guru versus Mick Parkin. That's right. You heard it first. Ladies and gentlemen, here comes down the runway. Ladies and gentlemen, the MMA Guru. Down, 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 down. That's right there, ladies and gentlemen. You see it right there, don't you? You see it? Let's get a good look at it, ladies and gentlemen. Right here, it's armor lard, ladies and gentlemen. It's a big tub of lard right there. That's the MMA Guru. There you go. In the ring, ladies and gentlemen, in the ring, none other than MMA Guru himself is getting ready to take on Mick Parkin, ladies and gentlemen. There he is, the MMA Guru, the big tub of lard right there, the armor lard. That's right. Can we see it? There we go. Maybe we get a better